And off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Second down, Mariota. Being checked. And right away, he lost the football. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
One. Good. 1-8.
From the gun, Mariota. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You got to let that happen, guys. Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And he'll go down at the 28. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in the game.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Watch him now, Barney.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Green 39.
He'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the turn.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he will find his man on the outside. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Third and short yardage. Mariota buying time to his left. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Give him 30 yards there.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
He'll get it up the middle. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 3rd down. That's Quinn. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Now Jones. And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So that will push him back.
And now we know why he had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Here's a give to Penny. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Steps away to his left. This is intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Anunwa, the intended target. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They'll face a 3rd down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal. Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. 20. There he goes, left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Now Jones. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Penny, a 1st down carry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He loses the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Watch him now, Barney!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Derek Rivers in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Taken in at the 22. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Lions will take over. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
And his throw here's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
One.
Working out of the gun. Mariota eluding the pressure right. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Seahawks have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Anuma's got it, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Over! Watch him now, Barney!
Looking to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Derek Rivers in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete here. He was looking for a Nunwa there, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he's got a Nunwa. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot and they connected there and picked up a first down.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Penny, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, I believe that they were in 4-down territory, and that's what they were thinking. But after the loss, I've got to kick the field goal. No way I'm going to go for it in this situation. But you know some of these coaches, they're extremely unpredictable, and they may go ahead and press it.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And this one is incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
It's taken to the 26. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
He'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. And they'll run it here. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They're going to look to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And Detroit getting set to go now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, he's still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time, and it's 3rd down.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Now back to throw. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Detroit. Detroit.
They'll set up to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Leopard. Leopard.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Mariota on 1st down. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Rashad Perriman, 41 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Prater for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Now Jones. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
here.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
Watch it now, Barney!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll set up a throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
But someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then against the...
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Throwing, Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And they can't bring him down. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception...
That's caught at the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 57 yards. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
It feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
23 yards on the play.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Mariota. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Third and long here for Mariota. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27. Back to throw now on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw. He's got Lockett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll drop to throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Derek Rivers getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Gone! Watch it now, Barney! Detroit!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. In for the score. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow.
Yeah.
To me, he was a prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota, escaping the pressure right. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Mariota now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. He's going to look deep for Perriman. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here we go now. Blue landing. Blue landing.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 16. Anunwa, the intended target.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the... Second down, Mariota. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. But that was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. And out now come the Seahawks.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! 3-19! 3-19!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he's going to throw deep back up. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast.
And he's into the clear. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there, 95 yards, and the Lions add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Now Jones. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He hits Baldwin right side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his count. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got a new one. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Quincy Enunwa, 46 yards. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. look at him go. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Derek Rivers, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And now here's another interception. Picked off at about the 31. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. He was looking for a Nunwa there. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. From the gun, Mariota. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard! All right, here we go. 3, 9.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Mariota here to throw. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Over! Set! Green, 39!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy? And what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. DeForest Buckner getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Back to throw here. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Derek Rivers. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Derek Rivers in there to get him again. And that's his 6th sack of the ball game. One off the NFL record of 7. Back to throw. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll set up to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing here, Mariota. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Rashad Perriman.